thanks for stopping by today for PerkStream. Sometimes I get this writer's block about, okay, so what's the next thing that we're going to do in PerkStream? I think it's been encouraging people, so we continue to do it, and I just ran into a wall on this one. But then I took some time and I spent time with the Lord and said, so what's next? And what he was saying to me was, give them permission. And I said, okay, well, what do we need permission to do? He says, give them permission to rest. Now, resting is not exactly in my vocabulary. It's moved from one thing to the next to the next. I believe in downtime and I take downtime, but resting in the sense of what God did isn't something that I've always been good at. It's God, when he rested on the seventh day, he looked at all he made and said, it's very good. So he was kind of looking back on everything. And Jesus says, hey, if you're tired and you're weary and you're burdened down, come to me and I will give you rest. So the invitation is always out there for us to get rest from God and to rest with God. Even so much so that the writer of Hebrews said that we should strive to enter into the rest he is giving us. So this resting isn't just taking a nap. It's not just taking time off. This rest is the rest from whatever it is that we're doing, like completely letting it go and allowing ourselves to enjoy what we have done and see where God has shown up in that work. That's what rest seems to be in the scripture. And if that is what it is, then no, we're not very good, because we like to get something done, get something accomplished, and then move right on to the next thing. And we miss the enjoyment of having finished something. It says in the scripture that when Jesus had finished his work, dying on the cross, rising again, he sat down at the Father's right hand. He rested. And so let's take this today. I want to encourage you to take God's permission to rest. What does that mean? Well, we take that one day in 7 and we rest. We make sure that we don't add a lot of activity to the one day that while we're worshiping. We also don't need to add 5 other activities. Resting means that we enjoy the moment of finishing something and waiting and saying, God, where were you in this? I want to reflect on that. I want to see that. I want to take note of that. Don't view our work, I think, as something that earns favor, but rather God's favor to us is that we get to work. Now, maybe those don't ring a bell with you or resonate with you, but if resting is about enjoying what we have done and savoring it for a moment, what are ways that we can rest? Well, why don't you add some of those to the comment section below? I'd love to hear what you're thinking about when it comes to resting. And also, what are other things that maybe God gives us permission to do? What else do you think God gives us permission to do that we don't do naturally? Why don't you leave that in the comment section too? I have a few more up my sleeve, but I'd love to hear what you're thinking, and maybe we could talk about those together in a future PerkStream. So hey, God gives us permission to rest. So let's enter into his rest. Let's enjoy it, because he gives it to us as a gift.